of the questions we get asked is how to assign IP addresses to subnets. Let's look at this example. Suppose your company acquired a block of IP version 4 addresses with the subnet mask of /24. For example, 192.168.100.0. The range of addresses in this block will be 192.168.100.0 to 192.168.100.255. Now note that there are 2 to the 8th or 256 possible addresses. Your job is to divide this network into subnets that each have enough IP addresses for up to 60 hosts. In this problem, we're only dealing with the last octet of the dotted decimal notation. The subnet boundaries fall on addresses related to these powers of 2. Also, remember not to assign overlapping IP address ranges for the subnets. That confuses routers. Now note that there are 256 possible addresses in this problem. Also note that this problem is asking for all subnets to have the same number of available IP addresses. How do we solve this problem? First, we find out what is the smallest power of 2 that gives a number that is greater than 60. That number is 6, which gives us 64 possible IP addresses in the subnet. To find the number of subnets, we divide the number of IP addresses in the assigned block, which is 256, by 64. This gives us 4 subnets. To get the mask for each subnet, we borrow 2 bits from the host address space of the assigned block. So our subnet mask is /26. But what are the starting and end addresses for each subnet? Let's let S equal the number of subnets. Let's number each subnet with an index n, where n goes from 0 to s minus 1. The start boundaries are just n times the number of possible addresses in the subnet, or n times 64 in this problem. So the starting addresses are 0 times 64, 1 times 64, 2 times 64, and 3 times 64, or 0, 64, 128, and 192. The end boundaries are just n plus 1 times 64 minus 1. Another way to look at it, the end addresses are just 1 less than the following start addresses. The subnets we have computed in our problem are listed on this next slides. So we see there are 4 networks going from 192.168.100.0 all the way to 192.168.100.255. And the final slide shows the network view of the solution.